Hi, I'm Sophie and I'm a PhD student at the National Oceanography Centre in Liverpool, but I'm originally from Bridgend, so I went to Coleg Cymedol at Derwen, but now I'm an oceanographer, which is basically just a fancy word for saying I study the ocean. What I currently study though is seaweed, a very specific seaweed that's appeared here in the Atlantic Ocean, very near the equator. It's only appeared here since 2011, but the problem is it's been washing up in the Caribbean Sea. So you've got all these little islands and they've all just been devastated by this seaweed. And what I'm trying to do is to figure out why this is happening. And the way I do it is by using satellite data. So the reason for satellites is just because of how big this seaweed is. So this seaweed here in the Atlantic can stretch from the east coast of South America here near Brazil, all the way to West Africa, to countries like Ghana. And to do this by hand, it would take months, maybe even years, of going up and down on a research boat. But with satellite data, you can get the data coming in every day, hour by hour, of the whole Atlantic Ocean. And the way the satellites measure it is by using the colour. So this seaweed produces a very specific colour, very orangey red, and the satellite, when it passes over, as it goes around the Earth, it just picks up the colour every time it goes over it, and you can get a map of the whole Atlantic Ocean showing you the patches of this seaweed. And you can tell where it is, how much seaweed is there, and where it's going. So the reason I've got into oceanography itself was just it was something I was always interested. So I always loved the ocean. I always loved seeing the waves and seeing it move. And I've realised recently that the best way to study the ocean, because of how big it is and how much of the Earth that it covers, is by satellites. You can measure the whole of the ocean every day. And you can measure absolutely anything. You can measure the heights of the waves, you can measure how much chlorophyll is in the ocean, all the nutrients, and you can measure the temperatures, and you can do it all while sat at your desk. And I can't wait to hear all your questions. Thank you.